So what's going on, guys? The truck guy here. Today I wanted to get back to you with another unboxing and review, and today I wanted to review the DEWALT metal retractable utility knife. If you're into tools, knives, and tackling jobs around the house and yard, please check out my channel and hit that subscribe button, guys. Alright guys, so the DEWALT metal retractable utility knife, I picked this up for $12.97 at Home Depot. So guys, like a lot of the DEWALT utility knives, this was on the expensive side, and $12.97 is quite a bit to drop on a utility knife, especially with some of the experiences I've had with DEWALT. But again, guys, I wanted to give them another chance and see what they brought to the table. And I was pretty intrigued by this DEWALT knife because it's a metal utility knife. You don't see this body style too often with the fixed body, all metal from DEWALT. You see this from Stanley and other brands, but you don't see it too often from DEWALT. So I was pretty intrigued and I wanted to give it a chance. So guys, some of the things about this is, it says the durable all-metal housing. It's got the improved blade release, so it's got quick change here on the side, which is kind of an interesting feature. Not too much else for features on this knife. It's kind of, a pretty standard utility knife, guys. So let's go ahead and get it out of the packaging and see what we think. So we'll see if we can get it out of the packaging. DEWALT might make it difficult on us. Let's go ahead and enlist the Stanley Fat Max. If you haven't checked out my review on the Stanley Fat Max, definitely check it out. I would say it's the largest utility knife that you can purchase. Comment down below if you think you've seen a larger utility knife. But DEWALT is not making it easy on us, guys. It's hard to get this out of the packaging here, and now it looks like we've got it stuck. So DEWALT is not off to a good start here, guys. Let's see if we can enlist the Fat Max to get this out of here, guys. The Fat Max is doing everything it can, but alright guys, the Fat Max, he saved us. We'll give the Fat Max a bit of a break. It was a tough night for him. Well, let me use him once more to get the blade storage open. We'll keep him off camera though. Alright guys, so not a good start for DEWALT. But let's go ahead and break into the metal retractable utility knife. Out of the box, it feels pretty good in the hand. It's actually got a better feel than a lot of the other DEWALT utility knives. It seems like I don't think the metal's quite as good as what I've seen from Stanley. Just because we already used it, the Fat Max, this metal, it just seems a little bit more durable, a little bit stronger. But this isn't bad from DEWALT, so let's take a look at some of the other features. It's got the drop-down blade storage. Let's see if we can drop that down. They're hooking us up with a good amount of blades here, guys. 5 blades. That's pretty generous from DEWALT. I'm a little worried about this blade storage, guys. If you can see, that blade storage kind of pushes from side to side. I'm really surprised to see that blade storage not fitting a little bit tighter there, guys. That's got some serious wiggle to it. I'm not liking that. The grip itself feels okay. You know, not the best grip. I don't think it's got that same level of grip as the Stanley Fat Max. But there's some grip there. You've also got your lanyard loop on the back here, and definitely not a bad design from DeWalt there. I don't mind that. I like that it's on the frame and not the blade storage. But guys, what we're all looking for is to check out this crazy quick change feature that DeWalt's got here. So let's go ahead and extend our slider and see if we can get in the quick change. So we'll press this button down and looks like got the blade engaged. It almost looks like it's too far out, but I think it's locked in there, guys. And the slider, let's see if it's got the two positions. It's got the two locking positions on the way to full retraction. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of this slider. You really got to push that down hard at the beginning and keep it all the way down up to full retraction. I like when knives have a little bit of give to get through those two positions, because if you're not quite holding it down through all two positions, you can kind of get caught a little bit on the way up and slam your thumb. But this isn't a bad slider. You know, it's got a metal button. I like that. You know, it's not an addicting slider like some of them, where it's really kind of fun to shoot the blade up and down. You know, in this case, it's a slider. It gets the job done. You've also got some grip up top here if you're choking up on the knife. I think DeWalt puts this too high up. I just don't see, you know, folks and guys choking up that far on their knife, but you know, it is what it is. So let's try this quick change again. We'll put the button down, and that does come out nicely. So guys, the one thing I'm not the biggest fan of with this quick change is, you know, when you press this button down, it really digs into your thumb quite a bit, right into the middle of your thumb. And, you know, surprisingly, it's a very smooth quick change. I wasn't expecting that, but when you press this button down, it just really digs in, and I'm not the biggest fan of that. I do prefer the button up here. I think it just feels better on your thumb. You know, holding this down, I guess I view it kind of as a gimmick, guys. You know, I don't think that's the ideal location for quick change. You know, it's a little more comfortable if you press down this way, so definitely think about pressing sideways on this button if you do have this knife, or maybe holding down with your other hand. But the way I approach it is you'd slide your thumb down this way and then grab it, you know, the blade out with your left hand. So that's how I do it naturally. But I kind of feel like it, you know, is not the most comfortable on the thumb. So I would look for a different way to do it, you know, kind of approaching it from the side, which I think then is just less ideal. I think, you know, the ideal way you change this is actually the most uncomfortable way to use this quick change. So I don't think this is a bad knife from DeWalt. I think it can compete. But I think at $12.97, guys, I do not see myself picking up this knife, and that's where DeWalt, you know, is facing issues. Is they've got, you know, poor quality knives overall, but even their knives like this that are a little bit better quality, they're already up at the top of the price range. You know, if I was to compare this to a Stanley, I would pick up a Stanley, you know, any day of the week ahead of a knife like this. You know, I just don't trust the quality of this knife for $12.97, which is an expensive utility knife, and when you compare it to some of the Stanleys, you know, whether it be the Stanley Fat Max, which has a great slider, or even the Stanley retractable utility knife, or the Stanley Instant Change, you know, I don't think it competes with any of these three knives. I think it's close. I think you've got elements here that could compete, but you're looking at this as the most expensive knife of these four knives, and when I look at the quality, I think this is probably number 4. When you look at that blade storage and it's already wiggling around, think what it's going to do, you know, a couple months, a couple years from now. I don't know if it's going to hold up. So I think that's what you have to consider when you're looking at a DeWalt knife, is you're paying, you know, top of the line for the utility knife. Are you getting the value that you know, you're paying for with that top of the line price? You know, I think probably not, but ultimately that's for you guys to decide. So comment down below if you think DeWalt brings quality to their utility knives, and comment down below if you think you know, DeWalt utility knives beat Stanley knives. So that's it, guys. Please hit me up with a like or subscribe if you can, and as always, we'll talk to you on the next video.